back in the workshop, finally making something, and I have missed this. And this is a guitar that I started making months ago. I did pop a build video on the channel, but you may not even remember it now. But I never got round to doing the finish and assembly. So today, that's what we're going to do. What we're looking for here is one of those light reflecting but not image reflecting types of finishes. So the whole thing should just look like a highly polished piece of furniture. And I'm dying to see what that looks like, so let's get going. This is the part every woodworker looks forward to, because it's where the thing transforms from a woodworking project into something spectacular. What happens when you hit the wood with finish is a pretty amazing thing. Another great thing about building your own guitars is that if you like the look or the sound of a particular guitar, but you don't get on with the way it feels, you can change whatever you want. And that's also something that I'm doing for this guitar. Starting with the bridge. So this is a Schaller 3D6, which, like a Tunematic, is still a top-loading bridge, but crucially, for me, what it has is flat saddles, and it's really comfy on the palm, which is the bit that I struggle with a Tunematic more than anything else. So it's a super comfortable bridge to play, but it also has loads of adjustment for the intonation, which hopefully I'm not going to need, but it's good to know it's there. Okay, the pickups. These are, in fact, I've harvested these from another guitar that I built because I love them. They are Sonoran custom wound pickups from my buddy Bill Taylor in the States, and I have an 8.4K neck pickup in here and a 10K bridge pickup, and these are going to give me that classic punchy tone that I'm really after. And they're also finished in chrome. In fact, everything on the top of the guitar is finished in chrome. I do like that clean and simple type of look. And just with those placed in there now, it starts to look like a finished guitar, which is a lovely place to be at. Now, I do have some Schaller speed knobs here, but I think I might need to swap these out for the chrome Strat style knobs, because I think they're going to look a bit better on this style. They are nice, but I think I'm going to swap them for some Strat style ones. Okay. Let's get these screwed down and then I can do the wiring. And I'm going to tell you about the two builds that I have got coming up for the channel while I'm doing that. So the two builds I have coming up for the channel are, firstly, a neck through build, which changes just about everything about the way I build a guitar. Every single process is pretty much different to how I make currently. So I'm really interested to see whether I'm going to enjoy doing that and what my thoughts are on it. But it should be a really cool looking guitar because I've got a multi-laminate neck for it. I have an awesome black limber top which is going on that one, and I'm also going to use some kind of dark chocolate coloured wood. Maybe I'm thinking at the moment something along the lines of dark roasted alder or possibly swamp ash. And that one's also going to feature hexaphonic pickups, which will be the first time that I've ever used those. So what they do is that instead of having one output per pickup, so two outputs for a humbucker, for a two humbucker guitar, what they have is one output per pole piece. So for a 2 humbucker guitar, there'll be 12 outputs on that guitar. It's not going to have a tone and a volume and a 3-way switch. So all of the tone shaping will be done outboard after the guitar, which is a really interesting concept and a completely new one for me. But nonetheless, I'll be interested to see how that sounds. And the second guitar is finally a build for me that I've wanted to do for ages, but I just haven't got around to. And I think that's quite a common thing, I think, for guitar builders. It's just you get to the point of making things for other people or doing commissions, or you keep the things that you make the mistakes on, but it's not too often that you make something just because you've wanted to make it for yourself for a long time. So I'm determined to do that this time round. So I'm not sure. I'm going to shoot both of those videos together. I don't know which one will go up first. Okay. That's the lot. Let's try this out. Okay. Moment of truth. Excellent. You always hope, but you're never sure. Let's get the knobs and switch tip on, install the nut, string it, and we'll take a look. And you're not going to have to watch all that, by the way. There's a couple of things that I've definitely decided that I do want for my guitar when I build that one. The first is that it's definitely going to be semi-hollow, and I think I'll do the same design that I did for the walnut build that I did a while back on the channel. And I also want to use Filtertron pickups for it, which I don't have a guitar that has Filtertron pickups, but I love them. And I've had so many through the shop that I have played and fixed over the years. It's definitely time I did one. And I do have 2 spectacular pieces of okoume there, matching top and back, and I do like doing that on that guitar because if it's a semi-hollow, it means it's going to be slab-sided, which means it will be double bound, triple bound. In fact, I'll do the double bind the body and I'll bind the neck if I do that. Okay, we are done. Time to take a look. And actually I want to mention these because these are Gecko Blocks, and you're going to see them in all my guitar building videos. And I designed and developed these with my buddy Todd, and we had them now produced and they're for sale. So I'm going to pop a link in the description. You'll see them in use all the time. We would love it if you would go and get a set. They are absolutely, absolutely awesome. Okay, let's have a look at this. So we'll do a few close-ups and then I'll do a spin and I'll remind you what's on the guitar. Okay, I will do a quick spin and remind you then what's gone into this. The back plate is temporary, by the way. I'm going to be replacing that. So this is a single piece okoume body. I've used a 6mm top and back in Korina, and I have used khaya for the neck. I've also used some plum and maple veneer for stacking the heel, and I've done a seamless carve into the body, which feels super comfy, but I love the way that looks. I really do, and I'm going to continue to do that, I think. The other part that I've done is to take a couple of strips off the top to use for binding on the neck, which I think works really well. I've done that a couple of times as well, and it just means the whole thing matches perfectly. And I think that the ziricote fretboard contrasts really well with the Korina, which kind of goes on to my lesson learned bit, because I think in retrospect what I probably should have done was to use either a darker body wood and neck wood, or popped some sort of veneer in between the top and the back to make the contrast pop a bit more. So that's a lesson learned for next time. But this is the first one of this design that I've made, and I'm super happy with it. I don't think I'll want to change anything in terms of the design of the guitar. I should probably just think a bit more about the wood choices next time so that I get the kind of contrast that I'm looking for. But do tell me what you think, because I'm always interested to know what people think about these. Now, the other thing that I have done is that I've just taken delivery of a Kemper, which means that as soon as I figure out how that thing works, I'll be able to do a sound demo for this, and also for a couple of the other guitars that I know I need to get demos for up and on the channel. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will have a new episode of something very soon.